The Friend star is on the cover of InStyle magazine, and inside the mag, Jen gets candid about why she can't get down with dating apps, specifically Raya, a high-end dating app that claims to be used by lots of public figures and celebs. She says, quote, "Here's the thing. These so-called anonymous places where so-called well-known people can go, I guess the reason well-known people go is because the people in the well-known areas don't discuss well-known people." She goes on to say, please, no.
Yeah, she's not feeling it. Jen then jokingly adds that the app makes you feel like they have their own little island called Celebrity Island, which, by the way, she also told InStyle the best version of The Bachelor is the island Bachelor in Paradise.
I think she's like basically saying those like exclusive places where the high-profile people aren't talking about high-profile people don't exist.
Right.
Like, it's gonna get out. But here's my thing. Someone as famous as Jen, how do you meet someone? Where do you meet someone, do you think?
I would say word of mouth, or like friend recommending another friend.
Okay. Dinner parties.
Dinner parties.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you play like a Lifetime movie or a Hallmark movie and go to a small town, maybe, who knows, go back home and find someone who's a little bit more real and not in Hollywood. I don't know, that's hard.
Who says she's looking is my thing, you know? True. Like, who says she even needs a man? She's always said, like, you're not defined by, you know, having kids, you're not defined by being married, and she's been down that road before, but I do know that she is social. So I'm hoping that she is in circles where, you know, a friend might be like, hey, I got a guy for you if you're interested, or someone she could just kind of meet IRL casually. But yeah, I'm not gonna see her on like Tinder anytime soon, I don't think.
Well, the thing is, when you're on this sort of level, I mean, the dating pool gets smaller and smaller and smaller.
It really does though, huh?
It's just, you have to, in my opinion, when you're on a level like that, you have to play it like, if it's meant to be, it will be. I'm not gonna go look for anything.
That's right.
You don't know what you might find.
You don't know what you'll find. What we found in this interview, though, Jen also spoke about the 90s media and how they scrutinize women and young artists in particular, such as Britney Spears and other, as she explained, Mickey Mouse Club teen stars. She says, quote, "They were feeding on young, impressionable girls. Half of these kids started on the Mickey Mouse Club. I was lucky enough to be raised by a very strict mother. The priorities were not about becoming a famous person. It was study your craft, learn what you're doing, don't just go out there and get lucky." Jen adds, "I think that Spears' group of girls as teens didn't have any kind of who am I. They were defined by this outside source. The media took advantage of that, capitalized on them, and it ultimately cost them their sanity. It's so heartbreaking."
That's so real. It's kind of like, what do they call it when you're kind of the first to test something out like this?
The guinea pig?
The guinea pig. I kind of look at that era, look, Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, that whole vibe of how do you deal with this young pop star, female pop star? How's the media going to deal with them?
Right.
And what are the long-lasting effects of this fame at such a young age?
Which is something that we're not really seeing until now. Like, all the roads are leading back to Britney Spears and this like watershed moment that's happening with the documentary, with her conservatorship battle, with her testimony, where people are realizing what you just described, those impacts and the effects of how the media scrutinize them. And so now I think it's interesting to hear Jen's perspective from that, because she was a 90s it girl. You know, obviously she was a bit older than when Britney and Christina came onto the scene, but I think she can also sympathize with that journey. Yeah.
For sure, for sure. Well, Jen also admits she loves her work, but it's the press and the red carpet stuff, or as she calls it, the dog and pony show, that causes her stress. Still, there is one person, she says, that has mastered the red carpet pose, and that's another Jen. Jennifer Lopez, of course.
Yes.
Jen says, quote, "I want to know what gives her the look like she's about to be seething. It's amazing. She's almost stuck getting mad at somebody. It's almost stuck getting mad at somebody, but she's just so gorgeous. Like, I can't believe I'm standing here." Jen thinks J-Lo's fierce pose comes naturally, adding, quote, "I don't think she's trying. She just fell out of bed that way. She's a performer." And I told you that, Denny, I believe when it comes to performers, dancers, they know how to move their face. They know how to work their face and show expression through their face. And J-Lo was great at that.
I wonder if she practiced in the mirror. I'm going to say that she does.